Hello, I'm Craig from Rize Bikes, and I'm here today to show you what to do if your e-bike does not power up. So here you are, and you're about to use your e-bike. Pushing the power button, it doesn't go on. There's very few things that are going to really cause that problem. Believe it or not, the button pad, most likely not the problem. The button pad's electronics are fairly resilient, and though it can take physical damage, it's probably not going to break down electronically. It can, but probably not. So the first thing you want to do is, of course, unplug and check the pins. You want to make sure the pins are undamaged, they're straight, and there's nothing that might be blocking the signal. You want to check both sides. If on this side you see any pin pricks or holes, that means the pins are not fitting in right. So you will check, of course, your button pad to make sure it's working properly there, and the one going from your LCD screen to the main wire. Looks good. Now, if the pins on your handlebars, button pad, and LCD look good and undamaged, now we're going to be checking the main wire's plug-in with the controller down below. Now, when checking the main wire's plug to the controller, that is this one here. It is a 9-pin plug. Simply detach, and like the other plugs, examine for any potential damage, bent pins, scratches, and the like that might cause it to stop working. Once you have checked that plug, you may have a power problem as opposed to a connection problem. So the next step now involves checking the battery and its power flow. First thing you should do is check our video on how to test your battery and check it with a voltmeter so you can see what to do to make sure it's working correctly. Now remember, anytime you're going to be working with power, make sure you unplug the battery first. At this stage, we're going to do what's called a balancer bypass. This component here is, of course, your balancer, and this is what regulates between the secondary and primary batteries when you have both plugged in. We want to bypass this in case this is the faulty part. Unplug the main plug for it here, and the one going into the controller, and then connect the controller directly to the battery plug. At this point, we'll plug the battery back in and test if it powers up. Once you've tested the bypass and it's still not turning on, this means that there's pretty much only two problems. The controller has become faulty, or the main wire has become damaged. At this point, we will need you to film and take a photo of the fact that you have bypassed and that the bike will not power on to help with your warranty claim or evaluation of your repairs needed. So to recap, at this stage, when you've discovered your e-bike is not powering up, you will have checked your cables. On the top, your main cable from your controller area, you would have checked the voltage on your battery and the battery's main plug, and you would have bypassed the battery balancer. With all those done, and a video showing us that you have bypassed the balancer and the bike still does not turn on, we are likely to be sending you a controller and a main wire to replace. Please review our videos on how to replace your controller and our video on how to replace your main wire. My name is Craig, and thanks for watching.